Alright, good afternoon to everybody watching The Den. It's Monday, I'm Evan, and it's Den time. So last week on The Den, we had our scavenger hunt. All of us were going to compete to see who could find the most things in the local area out of the list that we all had. Unfortunately, I don't actually have the score for you because I'm a lazy bastard. Sorry about it. Hopefully we'll have the scores up for you shortly, and then we will figure out where we're going to go from there. Somebody's probably going to pick something humiliating for everybody else to do in their next week video. Awesome. Anyway, this week on The Den, we're talking about apps that we love and hate. Honestly, this was pretty easy for me. I sell cell phones for a living. I don't know if you guys know this or not. So I deal with apps on a regular basis. I've got a whole list of ones that are awesome and ones that aren't awesome. For the sake of keeping the video short, I'm not actually going to go through the entire list. So for starters, I'm an Android guy. I have a Galaxy S5. That's the phone that I've been rocking for the past couple months. I'm going to show you some of the apps that I think are the best for this Android platform. Alright, so the first app I'm going to be demoing for you all today is called SwiftKey 3. This one here is a fully customizable keyboard available for Android. As you can see, I've gone with a really minimalistic view for mine, but it's still a fully functional keyboard, has all of the available symbols and everything just by pressing and holding any of the buttons down. Just takes a little bit of guesswork at first to figure out which ones are which. This keyboard allows you to type, swipe, change the letter size, the theme. It really is a fully comprehensive keyboard, and it's the only one with arrow keys available, which is a really nice feature. I'm not too sure how much it is in the App Store. When I bought it, it was like $2.99, and it has definitely been worth it. I use it all the time. It's actually my default keyboard because it is the best. I've had it on every single Android phone I've ever used. Highly recommend it. The next app I'm going to be demoing for you is called Nova Launcher Prime. Alright, this Nova Launcher is basically, it's an alternative desktop launcher for all of your applications on your Android device. If you're using a Samsung like I do, then the default one is something called Samsung TouchWiz. TouchWiz isn't too bad. I'm just really not a fan of it because they don't allow all of the customization that I'm normally looking for. So, alright, so as you can see, this is my background right here. Very minimalistic. I don't have a whole lot on there. Really, it's just the bare paw on the clock. I can swipe up from the bottom to quickly bring up my application dock. Alright, now this has my most frequently used applications. I've only got 3 of these that I cycle through. Alright, those are the ones that I open and close all the time. Everything else I can just double tap on my home screen. I don't have like a menu button or anything that I have to use or click my home button to bring it up. And then I've got my apps. These ones are all actually organized how I choose them to be. So I have like a main drawer of like all of my apps that I use every day, and then here's all the rest of the crap that's in my phone. You know, so that is exclusive to Nova Launcher, being able to swipe down, swipe up, that sort of thing. I literally don't have a lock screen. I just unlock my phone, and there's my home screen, and I can swipe up and access my shit. When I bought Nova Launcher, it was on sale. I got it for $1.25. It is no longer $1.25. I think it's now $5. I would still say it's definitely worth it. Being able to have all that sort of customization lets you resize all of your widgets and everything, position anywhere that you want your icons to be. It really is a lot better. Next, we're going to cover messaging. My favorite messaging app of all time. I have the 3 ones that I use most often on here. We've got WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, and Google Hangouts. Google Hangouts is my favorite out of all 3 of them because it will actually integrate with your SMS Messenger for your phone. It can be your default texting app. So these are all my text messages and my Google Hangouts all in here at one time. Google Hangouts also lets you one-touch call any of your contacts, either by phone number or video call, depending on what sort of contact you can have them in. So for somebody like myself who messages a lot of people that don't live in Canada or live internationally, you can message people for free anywhere around the world as long as they have a Google Plus address. That also means you can video call them for free, which is a really nice feature. Just pretty data heavy when you do that. You gotta watch out, make sure you have Wi-Fi. The next app that I love is Netflix, of course. I think this is awesome, being able to watch movies and TV shows anywhere you go. Again, it's a really data heavy application. I only recommend using it over Wi-Fi unless you have a really serious package, but I watch movies and shows on the bus, and I couldn't be happier for that. Thank you, Netflix. My other favorite application that I have on my phone for killing time is the MyBoy emulator. What MyBoy emulator does is it lets you play old Super Nintendo, and Game Boy Advance games directly on your cell phone. You can set up your whole little button grid however you want to. I've got mine optimized for playing sideways because that's how I usually do it. And you can play like all of the old school stuff, any of the new school stuff. So if you want to get like Pokemon or Zelda or all of that badass shit on your phone, you can get the MyBoy emulator. Realistically, when it comes to emulators, you do just have to pony up and pay for it because otherwise it doesn't come with features like being able to save your game, which is a total pain in the ass. Now, before I was mentioning, these are my top 3 messaging applications. As you can see, Facebook Messenger app is in there. Many of you guys have probably heard all of the controversial shit surrounding the changes to their privacy agreement. Let me give you a heads up. Most of the apps that are in your phone have access to all of that same stuff. You just never really read it. What the Facebook app is really trying to do is just gain the necessary access it needs to do things like link up with your cell phone and your Facebook page, or to be able to call any of your contacts with one touch. It needs to be able to access your microphone. It needs to be able to access your camera for image sharing, that sort of stuff there. Like the ability to, if I go into my friend, and the ability to, say, send a picture directly from the camera, the app needs to be able to access my camera in order to do what it's doing right now. Whoops, I accidentally sent that to him. Whoops. Sorry, Dave. So no, Facebook Messenger is not trying to listen to your conversations. It's not going to text your friends. It's not going to sneak around in your phone. Yes, it data mines just like any other application, but sorry to say, everybody's doing it. Your information's already out there anyway. You might as well use the totally free Messenger app that lets you hit up anybody that's on your Facebook list, either through text or by phone, or through these fun little sticker things that you can use. And I think you kind of have to get it now because you can't actually message from the native Facebook app. Okay, so that was my rundown of the Facebook apps that I do enjoy, that I use all the time, that I love. Yay, apps, whatever. Next, I'm going to run through a list of apps that I seriously take issue with, to the point where I won't keep them in my phone, either because they're a piece of shit or because the person who's running it is an immoral bastard. Apps that I refuse to have on my phone. For starters, the native Facebook app. Their stock, app for Android, I fucking hate it. It's a piece of shit. It's slow. It chugs your battery. It mines data out of your phone. It chews up a lot of your actual 3G data service. And now it has this feature where it automatically plays videos when you scroll past them. That's ridiculous. Stupid app. I mean, let's be honest, it's a multi-billion-dollar company. Everybody uses a Facebook mobile app every day. They could come out with a decent product. The second app on my list of forbidden apps that I will absolutely never have on my phone is the app called Secret. I had it for a total of maybe 5 to 10 minutes and realized right away the kind of toxic environment that is creating. If you haven't seen Aaron's video that he did on Social Trends about Secret, I definitely recommend you go and check it out right now. It's very, very deep. He was totally right when he's saying that it's creating a toxic environment and it's something that allows people to cyberbully other people, hiding behind a wall of anonymity that is not healthy for social development. Everybody wants to be able to bitch about each other, but nobody actually wants to man up and say, hey, I'm the one that has a problem with you. And that is a problem about society. Secret perpetuates that problem and they make a huge profit off of it. I mean, you can even, if you do a search, you can find articles clearly stating that this guy does not give a shit about the impact that he's having on teenagers and everybody, realistically. He doesn't care that people are committing suicide as long as it doesn't cause him a PR nightmare. That's a direct quote, apparently, that somebody heard him say in an interview or something, that they don't care as long as it's not a headache for them. Fucking assholes, don't use the Secret app. And the very last one that I fucking hate. I hate it so much. I think it represents everything that's wrong with gaming, everything that's wrong with app games. Candy Crush, alright? This game is the devil. You want to know why? Because you only have a certain number of lives. If you die, you have to pay literal money for more. Yes, I understand. That's kind of like back in the day when people used to put a quarter in the arcade machine, but there's an entirely different dynamic behind those types of games. Alright, Candy Crush, you're meant to accumulate and go beyond the first couple levels. If you had to restart every time, the game would fucking suck. But the problem is, you need to beg your friends, you need to beg other people to send you lives and help you out so that you can continue playing and spread this game like a virus, alright? It's poison. Not only that, but they actually entirely stole their idea for the game. They stole their entire idea for the game from some indie app developer who made a game for his grandmother to play while she was in the fucking hospital, alright? They completely ripped it off. They ripped his shit off. They made it more popular, they made it more marketable, and they buried him. It's fucking wrong and horrible, and I can't believe that this is still happening and that it hasn't been pulled yet. But that's the reality of it. You know, everybody loves Candy Crush, but fuck that. It's not okay for you to have that app on your phone. Alright, wasn't that exciting? Yay, talking about apps. I'll be honest, this was not my favorite topic because I do this for a living. So, anyway. Don't forget to go on that handy dandy smartphone that you've got and go to facebook.com/menoftheden and youtube.com/menoftheden. You like our page, subscribe to our channel, like our videos, we'll love you forever. Yeah, woohoo, swipey on the phone. Hey, hey, hey. Bye.